Alrighty, everybody. We are back on the PRA Network's YouTube, streaming some Silver Series in the week 2 here. Excuse me, but I am currently dying of the hiccups. Um, I'm going to be your host, Wired, and tonight in the officiating slot, we're going to have Mr. Colt Chevy, the legend that could. He's had a rough go tonight, so show him some love. But I'm going to be by myself in the old booth tonight, which is okay. I ain't no stranger. I'm getting a message from Bumskeg saying sorry, this is the ins and outs of running this. I always get 100 messages at race time. So when they are ready. Perfect. But yeah, if you tuned in for the Gold Series race, obviously you'll know what tracks we were running. If you haven't, then we'll let you know. We are doing 30 laps here at Furwood Short Circuit Reverse, and then 30 laps at Fincross Reverse. Two very tight tracks, twisty, turny, tough to make passes here for sure. Especially when you're up in the Gold Series, as you saw. I mean, a lot of people are on that place on a high pace. I see Mr. Graham, who's ready to watch Racer get corner bombed. Listen, man, I'm not the official, so whatever happens, happens. All jokes aside, this is going to be a very, very fun race to watch. A lot of these people are. A lot of these people are very quick in their own right. Sorry, I'm still getting messages from everybody. But we are getting ready to start on some qualifying. Who do we want to watch? Let's watch Cyber. Cyber, since Toasty had been moved up into the Gold Series, if I'm not mistaken, was next in line for that points lead. Let me just pull that up real quick so I can double check. I am lying to you. It's actually this lad right here. It is Mr. Brad Perk. I see Graham still in the chat, even though he should be racing, that he's calling Cyber to win both. Definitely not a bad bet. Very, very fast guy indeed, but I've seen some of these guys' lap times on the leaderboards, and a lot of these guys are very quick. But we'll watch Brad. Brad's pulling off, so we'll hop on with with Trackhawk. He's a newcomer into PRA this season. He's a face that we've seen around a lot in the Wreckfest lobbies, but he decided he finally wanted to come join in the fun, and we're happy to have him. As you see, Mr. McNasty, his debut race this season, he starts off in the pole. Scratch that. Cyber's going to jump up and take that spot. Racer Chick, you heard her up in the booth for that Gold Series. She has been running quite well here, so I'm hoping she can put down some solid laps and have a solid race. And I don't know what is going on with Brad, but he is having a real tough go, it seems like. Grandpa currently with that first place position. You'd love to see it out of him. He's normally a guy who's more in tune with the ovals than these road courses, but clearly he's been putting some work in, so it's good to see. Now I do have the chat up, so I would love to see who we got money on for these races. I'd love to see Racer Chick slip a win in tonight. And you know what? AJ has been really impressing me on some of these tracks. I'd love to see him battle for a win. We're getting on to our last hot laps here. Let's hop on board with Brad. He is at the back. Never mind. Here he comes as I switch onto him, getting that first place position going into his last hot lap. Very well done. Let's watch Trackhawk. We got 4 of these lovely silver racers, all at the 0.3 pace. Racer Chick almost there with a 0.405. Slick finishes off his session with a 502. Trackhawk doesn't improve with a 383. McNasty doesn't improve. Matt doesn't improve. Cyber doesn't improve. Racer improves to a 392. Let's see what Graham can do on his last lap here. And him and AJ are having some fun with each other, it seems like. So, Brad Perk will be your pole setter for race number 1 here. Followed by Cybergamer, followed by Trackhawk. And that'll be your top 3. Joining Trackhawk in row number 2. Racer Chick will be on that outside line. Very tough line to start from. I did it today. It worked out well for me, but if people get a little pushy, that's a tough place to start. He still has it on random grid order, so I don't know who is next. It was Racer Chick. 5th, I think, is Graham. Graham will be starting 3rd row inside. Very, very nice to see him up in the middle, in the thick of things. We'll probably ride on board with him for the first green flag. Starting on the outside of Graham in row 3. Will be Slick with a 32.502. In 7th, starting on row 4, Daddy McNasty on the inside with 32.520. On the outside of him will be AJ, 32.671. And bringing up the rear of the race, clearly he hasn't been putting that work in because this man was dominating the Bronze Series last season, will be Mad Matt with a 32.9. I expect him to get a faster time during the race. But we are hopefully going to be getting started here soon. Probably just going over some rules and regulations of things. Even though most of these lovely faces all know their way around the PRA racetrack. I see Grandpa sticking up for me. Nice. Love to see it. I can back that one for sure. But we'll see what happens. I mean, when you have your top 5 contenders all within 500ths of each other, 300ths really, it makes for some great racing for sure. So I said we'll hop on board with Grandpa, so let's jump on with him. And you might see a lot of color combos on the track that our friends normally aren't sporting. They're sporting that Oscar green. Good to see Oscar. Unfortunately, just announced in our Discord channel that he has cancer and he's decided not to fight it, which really sucks. You know, he's a guy that I love having him around, but we're gonna enjoy the time that we have left with him for sure. Anyways, we are getting ready to get into the green. Colt Chevy has them stacked up, packed up, and ready to roll. And we are great. We're stopped. Do we know what's going on? Well, that was a little strange. No clue what was going on there, but we are restacking them, repacking them. I'm very curious to see what that was about. I will definitely have to ask that question. Oh, okay. Colt just sent me a message saying that Trackhawk had to go unlock his door. Very gracious of our friends to hold up and then let him go do that. That's awesome. All right. Well, we are restacked, repacked, and ready to roll for our 30 laps here at Furwood Motor Center Short Reverse. As we see, everybody kind of splits off a little bit. Graham trying to get that inside line on Trackhawk here, trying to get any room he can. Racer Chick breathing on the neck of Cyber and Brad. Graham Paul dives it in on the inside of Racer Chick, but she still gets a good run out of it up into the side of Cyber. She checks up a little bit. Oh my god! Cyber Gamer is dead. Man, what a crash. That was a crushing blow for him for sure, and unfortunately, since that was our first hot lap, no tally, and it didn't really affect anybody else. But it looks like we're going to do a full restart for that. Maybe. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we're racing back. I don't know what's going on anymore. I would love to see Racer Chick on the podium, but it does look like we are restacked and repacking for a full restart. Very gracious move by our official Colt Chevy here for sure. Yeah, and here comes Cyber Gamer, so it is confirmed that we are doing a full restart. What a chaotic start to the race. I was just trying to vibe, watch some good racing. Let's jump on board with AJ. We'll see the carnage from the back here, see what happens. We're restacked, repacked, going green once again for 25 more laps now. And Slick trying to make that inside move on Graham. Graham gets a little turned sideways, loses a couple positions because of it. But that's okay, he's still going straight. AJ goes a little bit wide. Slick's going to have a run on him, and so is Mad Matt. Whereas at the front of the field, Trackhawk looks like he got a really good restart there. He's up into second, Cyber back into third. Racer Chick trying to put the pressure on Trackhawk, also trying to put the pressure on Brad. Brad seems like he's got a pretty solid understanding of this track. He's my former protege. He asked me, reached out to me beginning of the season for a little bit of help. I gave him some light help with tunes and lines and stuff that I'm thinking of running, and he's kind of taken it and ran with it. Looks like Trackhawk made a pretty good mistake. You saw him jumping in the background. Cyber was able to capitalize on that, and Racer trying to get in that action. So is McNasty, the 3 wide coming out of the corner, almost 4 wide. Graham gets a little spun and put into the wall. Very, very unfortunate for sure. But seems like Brad is just on a mission to get away from this pack. And with these guys battling back here, it's bound to happen. McNasty goes a little bit wide out there. Gives Racer Chick that position, a little bit of clean air to get through this section cleanly. This section is so important to maintain your speed. Very high speed section into a slow hairpin. And with all that battling, yeah, Brad is just tearing away with a 32.163. Very strong lap time out of him for sure. If he keeps doing this, we're going to have to put him up into gold. We got a really tight pack here for that battle for second place, though, with Racer Chick, Trackhawk, and Cyber Gamer. Back towards the back of the pack, another good pack. Slick, McNasty, and AJ fighting for that 5th position. Slick goes a little wide. AJ is going to bite, goes inside of Daddy McNasty. Very, very well done. Looking at the back, in behind, I see Graham made a move on Mad Matt to take that position. So Graham is grinding his way back after that unfortunate little spin into the wall. And he's making good pace of it. I expect him to be up in this pack and battling in no time. Looking towards the front, seems like Racer has kind of fallen back a little bit, but with Trackhawk going on the inside of Cyber, that's going to slow them both down, give Racer a chance to get right back into this fight. Meanwhile, Brad Perk is officially checked out of this race. He is gonzo. Trackhawk with a beautiful move on Cyber Gamer there. Cyber went a little bit wide. Trackhawk had a really good run through that first corner, was able to get that clean pass. He's looking to run away with that for sure. Looking in behind Cyber, Racer Chick is still right there, ready to make a move at any point in time. And this might be it. Cyber goes a little bit wide, but Racer, very calm, not trying to take that position too too strong like. Taking a look at the back, Graham, as I said, he was looking to make his way back up. He has made his way up into this pack, made it past Slick, and now he's working away at AJ. He's going to have an inside run here going into corner 3. That's corner 2, never mind. Doesn't quite get it from AJ. AJ does a really good job of holding him off. Looking back, McNasty trying to get that spot back from Slick. He's going to be poking away, picking and prodding, trying to get any room he can. Slick seems like he's doesn't quite have the breaking point down for that final hairpin turn. And he keeps going just a little bit wide, and that's what's making McNasty and whoever's behind him catch him just the slightest bit. Looking at the lap times, Brad Perk, 32.163, fast lap of the race so far. Then we got Cyber Gamer with 32.273. Slick makes a mistake going through that section. McNasty with a nice clean pass. I'm not too sure if McNasty bumped him in that corner or anything, but... And it looks like up front, Graham was able to make his way past AJ as well. So after an unfortunate first few laps there, Graham went from 9th up into 5th. He's really rallying his way back, and you know what? He can still see up into 2nd. They're not too far. If they keep fighting, expect him to be up there soon. Brad has fully checked out of this race still, but ooh, it looked like he had a bit of a ping spike there. So hopefully that doesn't affect him going into this race to the final stages, halfway point almost of this race. Trackhawk down to a 32.325. Very, very solid lap time. Slightly better than what he drove in the qualifying. Graham with a 32.333. Gotta love to see it. I love when it's nice and clean like that. Ooh, looks like Racer Chick made a move on Cyber Gamer. Cyber Gamer make a small mistake, perhaps, and Racer was able to bite at that and get that position. So very well done from her. She's up into 3rd place again. And it looks like something happened to McNasty. McNasty fell back to the back of the pack. You hate to see it. You really do. Slick down to a 32.313. McNasty down to a 32.476. So almost everybody in this race is down to the mid to low 3s. Or mid to low 32s, excuse me. Matt looking a little bit off the pace here. He's definitely struggling to keep up with these folk. But that's okay. Sometimes it's not about winning, it's about showing up and having fun. Let's see, any other battles around? Looks like this front pack's starting to kind of spread out and settle down a little bit here. But looking at this dominating performance by Brad, I mean, he would be, based on that lap time, towards the back of the pack for our gold drivers, but, you know, he's shown me twice now that he can dominate. If he does this good in the next race, I might have to kick him up and say, hey, come fight with the big dogs. Let's have fun. Racer Chick also with a 32.168. So maybe not. Maybe the competition is strong enough here. Brad did have a really good start. Everyone started fighting, and he was able to get away clean. Let's take a look at Racer Chick as she is running the 2nd fastest lap time right now, trying to hunt down Trackhawk. Let's see what Trackhawk runs. Any improvement? No improvement by him. But Racer Chick running a 32.280 that lap. She does make a slight mistake going into corner number 1, so she's going to lose a little bit of speed, a little bit of time. McNasty at the back of the pack was able to get around Mr. Mad Matt. Very unfortunate, but, you know, it happens to the best of us. And it looks like everyone else is pretty much in no man's land. AJ and Graham are going to hold hands till the end of the race, it seems like. But it does also seem that they're inching closer and closer to this front group. Running a 0.4. And Cyber also ran a 0.4 that lap, so... Or maybe the split is just acting up, because I doubt they ran the exact same lap time. Let's see what happens when Brad is really on the land of his own. Slick coming through at the fast lap of 32.138. So actually, the more that I'm seeing these times, Brad improves. He must be a little worried that he didn't see that. Oh, Racer up into 3rd. Trackhawk must have made a mistake here. We're going to hop on board with Trackhawk because this is going to be an intense battle. Trackhawk trying to get around Cyber as clean as possible. Is he going to be able to do it? Does Cyber misses the breaking point slightly. Trackhawk's going to have an inside line, but Cyber's able to hold a little bit more exit speed and able to keep that position, but Trackhawk is right on his tail. Meanwhile, Racer Chick got away clean from this. She's going to be looking to run away. Trackhawk goes to the inside of Cyber, trying to do everything he can to get that position back. And here comes Grandpa. I actually just noticed his lap time with a .179, so this is the fourth person in this race to reach the .1s. AJ is also right here. We are going to have an insane battle for this last podium position. Racer Chick is starting to run away with all this battling happening. Very, very good battle. We're going to hop on board with AJ here. It seems like he's got the best view of this fight. They all go single file through this section. Very, very smart. Like I said, high speed, precarious section to go too wide, and I don't recommend it. Oh, and Trackhawk just keeps falling back and back. Graham gets a little bit of a weird bounce on that curb going into the final corner. He loses a little bit of speed to Cyber. Racer Chick went a little wide. Trackhawk maybe pushed Graham out a little bit. A little bit of contact was made there for sure. Oh, and AJ makes a mistake. He's going to lose a lot of time because of that. Whenever you make a mistake in that section, you lose a good amount of time just because you're missing speed for this long back stretch. Racer Chick is up into that second place position as previously said. She's doing her best to run away as quickly as possible, get Cyber and the crew away from her. Grandpa making a move on Trackhawk, going up into that fourth place position. Cyber trying to track down Racer Chick. Trackhawk and Graham really going at it here. Kind of had the exact same line. Graham very well done through this section. Able to hold off Trackhawk, pinch him down just a little bit. Not enough to put him into the wall, but enough to slow him down, scrub some speed from him. AJ has run a .28. So everybody in this race, other than unfortunately Matt, is right around the low 32s. Matt, unfortunately, I don't know if he just doesn't have enough time to practice or what it is, but he's definitely a little off the pace here. Which, this is all stuff that I'm taking into consideration. You know, if there's someone in bronze who you know, they're going to compete well, or the top, you know, 2-3 bronze drivers, if Matt would compete with them, I'd look at bumping him down potentially, but it could also just be a car thing or a track thing, you know, you really never know. Looks like this front pack has kind of sorted itself out here. No more bumping and banging anymore. Very solid turn by all three of these competitors that you can see on your screen right now. They're all pushing, trying to get any inch they can on each other. Racer Chick, I think she's in the mindset now that she knows she's not going to catch Brad. She just wants to keep these fellas behind her. Speaking of Brad Perk, yeah, you look behind and you just barely see the other competitors coming through turns 1 and 2. So he's almost a full corner ahead of the other competitors here in this race. Definitely, you know what? I was in this position. Let me hop on board with Racer Chick, see where I can see Brad again. Yeah, so Brad's likely 4 to 5 seconds ahead right now. So very dominating performance, but like I said, he had a very good start to this race, and he was able to just take off in clean air right away. Grandpa with a 32.092 taking the fast lap of the race. McNasty down to a 1.76. all these competitors really, really pushing in these last few laps to get anything they can. We're going to hop on board with Graham since he does have the fast lap here, see if he can't make anything happen on these two competitors in front of him. Trackhawk's at a good distance behind, so he doesn't have to worry about taking a blocking line. Let's see what it runs, a 2:82, very solid lap time at a Graham there. And Racer Chick hanging on for dear life. Cyber Gamer is on her tail. He scrubs a little bit of speed, and that might be the end of the race for Cyber. I don't think he's going to catch Racer Chick in these last few corners unless she makes a big mistake. But Graham is right here. Graham is too nice. Oh, but he does dive it on the inside, makes a little bit of contact, pushing on the door. He might go for the inside here. He is going for that inside, but Cyber just has enough speed. Congratulations to Brad for winning that race. Racer Chick in second, Cyber third. Graham with an impressive lap time, the 32.092 in fourth. Trackhawk fifth, AJ sixth, Slick seventh, McNasty eighth, and Mad Matt is going to be rounding out your field in ninth. Man, what a race between the mid competitors there. Not that they're mid, just the mid group of competitors. Looks like King Saturn has joined into the lobby. Unfortunately missed race number 1. I gotta go up into the booth and add my friend Brad Perk up into here. Let's get him in. Hope he has his voice shared. Like I said, very well done from all these competitors. And here is your race winner for race number 1 tonight. Brad Perk, how you feeling, buddy?
Feeling good.
Feeling good. Man, that is a man who is calm, ready to go for race number 2.
I don't know if you could say calm, but
Yeah,
it was a wave of relief here and like no more cautions. Last 3 laps, just go.
yeah, no doubt. I mean, like I was saying all race, you were putting down a good pace, and you also got away clean right away. So while everyone was battling, you were able to put that gap on.
On both restarts, I had Cyber and Trackhawk on both of them. Each of them got up on me a little bit, and I just kind of had to nose them out in that turn after the jumper. I would have lost that spot, and I never would have got it back.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do. This track is very tough to pass on. You almost have to wait for someone to make a mistake. So being able to run defensively there, very smart move, and it led you to the victory. All right, sir. Well, you focus up. You get ready for this battle of a track. 30 more laps at Fincross. Good luck, buddy.
30? Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Have a good time
luck,
at the
sir.
booth.
Good luck. Good luck. That was your race winner for race number 1, Brad Burke. Joining up, saying what's up, what's good. I think he's a little shocked that this race is also 30 laps. So the reason that it's 30 laps is I like each night to be about an hour worth of racing for each series. So it worked out perfectly for gold. We were done almost exactly at 8 o'clock. We started at 7 Eastern. And for the silver and bronze guys, I mean, we are at 9 o'clock now, just about. So it's been pretty much bang on half an hour for them for race number 1. Racer Chick is trying to vote kick me. Love to see it. So you might be a little confused. I know normally this time slot is reserved for the gold drivers, but we have some West Coast fellas in our league and who weren't able to make that 7 o'clock time slot based on their own personal schedules, work and family and whatnot. So I made the decision to switch each week to give equal chances for all of our West Coast friends to race. So this week, bronze and silver at 8:30. Next week, they'll go back to the 7 o'clock time slot, and gold will be at 8:30. But we are getting ready to watch some qualifying laps here at Fincross Circuit. Fincross is definitely, if you thought the last track was hard to pass on and tight, man, this one is even harder. This is a I like to call it the tight track gauntlet tonight. It's kind of held up to pass on, but that's okay because next week we got nice open tracks, a lot of passing opportunities, and what makes these tracks so hard to pass on, I find, is the the defensive line is also the fast line. It's the line that you want for fast pace and fast lap times. So that just automatically makes it really tough to pass anybody on because that's the line that you want to be on. Whereas other tracks, the defensive line is going in tighter to the corners than you normally would, and even the hairpins on these tracks, they're all hairpins where you want to be nice and tight to the guardrails. But we're gonna ride on board with our race number 1 winner, Brad Burke here, so we kind of see what kind of pace he's putting down. Actually, you know what? Instead of that, we might do something a little different here. Let's go into my settings and go to preset 1. I think this is a short enough track that we can do this. There, and we go back here and we can see trees. There, now we see the whole track where everybody's at. Nice little aerial view. So, who do we got our money on for this race? I would love to see Graham do well again. Obviously, I'd love to see Racer Chick pull home a win. But this track is all about consistency. If you can stay consistent on this track, then you have a good shot. If you can't, then, well, good luck to you, sir. But as our fast laps start coming in, I'll be bringing up that scoreboard. Yeah, and the main difference on this direction versus the main is that little dirt patch that you see. That's where the main cuts across. So this track is a little bit longer than the main. But I really like this corner 1. It's a very tricky corner 1, sweeping left-hander. As you see Graham and Slick going in there, you want to be in that dirt going into that corner, but pop out before that berm jumps out at you. King Saturn right now with the fast lap at a 37.169. Very, very solid lap time out of him. Hopefully his system doesn't shut off on him. That'd be cool. Dixon's got Graham for the win. I'd love to see Graham win on something that's not an oval. That's what I want to see by the time I'm done PRA. I want to see him win a road course. But it seems like McNasty, Matt, and AJ are a little bit off the pace here. Maybe just not getting clean laps out on their pace laps, or their qualifying laps rather. Trackhawk crosses the line, improves but doesn't move up. Brad crosses the line, doesn't improve. McNasty improves to a 0.5. Mad Matt improves to a 0.9. Yeah, you're right, Rowdy. Many races won in the final 2 turns here. They're very important to get right. It's kind of a make or break section there. AJ looking off the pace here, unfortunately. Over a second behind first, but like I said, sometimes getting those pace laps are tough to get clean ones. You're not slow, Graham. I don't want to hear it. Just because he said he's slow, I gotta give him the old vote kick. This is going to be an interesting race. We had one caution and one full restart in that Gold Series, as you might have seen. It was some tight battles after that for sure. I mean, Mamba, before we get started here, the man is a menace. Very well done. I mean, it really felt like racing with W out there with him tonight. But after the restart, I gave him a run. I did what I could. I just made a few slight mistakes, and it was enough for him. And he ran a mental lap time, and it was enough for him to pull away and get that second win on the night. But this track, you get some good battles on this track. If everyone's clean, if no one's getting too pushy, you gotta make contact to pass here. It's kind of like Bloomfield that way. But as long as you're not ramming people out of their line, just tapping them, working away at them, waiting for them to make a mistake, you get some pretty interesting battles. Shout out to King Saturn starting on the pole for race number 2 tonight. Cybergamer starting in second, Racer Chick starting in third, Brad fourth, Trackhawk fifth, McNasty sixth, Slick seventh, Graham eighth, Matt ninth, and AJ rounding out the field starting in 10th. My voice is clearly starting to die, so hopefully we get this started, Mr. Colt Chevy. And what's fun is after this, I'm hopping into another race with cars and tracks that I haven't practiced. I'm just going to have fun. If there's a good driver count, I might hop in the booth with Cross instead. But for the time being, I'm just going to be racing. That'll be over in PC series. I believe the YouTube is called Wreckfest, PRA Wreckfest on PC or something along the lines. If you're in our Discord, Cross did post it into the media channel, I believe. I might have to go double check that before I get yelled at by people. PRA Media. Yes, he is showing. He did share that. So hopefully he will be. It'll be a fun race. I don't know if someone's taking a pee break or something, but I want this to get started. I'm getting vote kicked. I hate to see it. How's everybody's days going? Going good? D Wetberg in the chat. Saturn's not gonna want to hear it, but that's a gold time. I agree. Sacro, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing? Doing good. Well, let's okay, AJ's doing donuts back here. All good from Sweden. Awesome. That's sick, dude. I hope you're enjoying the stream, man. Sakura, I see you went and destroyed that Bloomfield lawnmower time. I heard Outlier came back. I don't know what he ran, but I'm sure it's something ridiculous knowing him. We're gonna ride on board with McNasty here, going into the green in 6th place. Nice spot to start. We are stacked up, packed up, and we are green, green, green. Good race. We're 3 wide, almost 4 wide coming out of corner 1. Cyber Gamer gets kind of pushed back a little bit. Racer Chick up into second. Brad getting pushed back a little bit. And who is that? Matt is around. Oh, you're racing the Global Series? Sweet, dude. What's your gamer tag, man? I know I commentated some of that, but it's been a while. Looks like we're doing a full restart here. Getting Mad Matt his place back. Oh, Miss Goldlock, right on. Good to see you. D. Wetberg, I see your chat. I'll say nothing. But we are restacked, repacked. Looks like we're going to go around all the way around the track up into that start finish line. I just really think that this group don't want to do 30 laps. So they're like, hey, well, what if we just like make cautions and restarts right away so that, go unlock our doors, Mr. Trackhawk, so we don't have to do all 30 laps. But we are restacked, repacked. Let's ride on board with Slick this time, a little bit farther back. Slick trying to go to that inside line. Cyber kind of cuts off Saturn there. That was a little bit of a cheap move. Racer check. Wow. What a shot through the gap. She saw it. She took it. Very, very well done out of her. That was an unreal 2-for-1 pass. Looking behind. We are 3 wide going through the corner. Cybergamer clips. Brad almost gets flipped on that berm. Let's ride on back with Trackhawk. He kind of got pushed back a little bit. So he's in a good spot. Side by side with Slick here going to the line. Full on drag race action. Looks like Saturn was able to get clear of Racer Chick. Actually going for the move. Cybergamer actually going for the move on Racer Chick. Trying to get that move done. Brad gets the move done on Cyber. Slick trying to follow through. Cyber really getting pushed around here. But that's what I mean. You really got to make contact to pass cleanly on this track, as funny as it sounds. Unless someone is very off the pace or makes a mistake. Trackhawk with the Domino's Stellar. Oh, it is too. Right on. Don't worry, we're not sponsored by Domino's Pizza. Although if you want Domino's, reach out. I wouldn't be opposed. Graham gets turned a little bit. He's able to save it. Looks like McNasty followed him through there. Looking at the back of the pack, this is a tight grouping back here. Better than Little Caesars. I can't say that too loud. My mom used to be a manager back in the day at Little Caesars, so. You've been sent so many times on turn 1. You have PCA. Yeah. Turn 1 is a doozy here, especially after a restart. Cyber Gamer is sliding back and forth, trying to block Brad. I wouldn't be surprised to see Brad kind of push Cyber out of the way here, because I wouldn't deal with that for 1 second. Like, blocking is one thing, but swerving in front of someone just to be kind of, like, it's kind of defensive, but then also, like, kind of not. Let them pass you and then take a defensive line. That's kind of where my thoughts is. And he really gets into Saturn, almost spins him fully. Loses 2 positions because of it, so that's good. At least he's... Oh, and Brad's into the wall. Him and Trackhawk kind of got hooked a little bit. Slick jumps up into 3rd. Cyber up into 4th now. This is just like chaos is starting. Graham is up here now. Brad trying to push, gets a little bit caught up on the berm. Wow. And with all this happening, Racer Chick has got some clean air. Looks like Saturn's also going to have some clean air now. I know Brad must be kicking himself. That was very unfortunate. I mean, he just kind of got hooked, and there was nothing Trackhawk could really do about that. Cyber up there trying to make the move on Slick. Slick able to hold him off. Very well done. Graham gets caught up into the wall a little bit. Saturn with the second fast time with 37.230. Slick kind of gets bumped around, thrown around. Brad getting bumped around, thrown around. Brad is fully around. That'll be tally number 1 for sure. Man, these silver drivers are really going at it here. Yikes indeed, Sakura. This is getting brutal. AJ clips the guardrail. Matt tries to make the move. AJ holding that inside line. Grandpa gets around Cyber up into third. Yeah, this did get rough out of nowhere. I don't know what happened. It's like Brad got into an event and then everything just kind of started crumbling. Actually, it started crumbling when Cyber almost spun Sacro. Not Sacro, Saturn. But King Saturn was able to get away, and he ran a 36.8. Well, D West, if it wasn't a gold time before, check this out because that's a gold time for sure now. That lap time would have been, I think, the fourth or fifth fastest lap time in gold. Everyone is kind of spread out. It looks like Cyber and Slick is into a guardrail. Seems like he's kind of by himself, so I don't know if that'll be a caution. Let's jump up with Racer and Saturn here, see if they did call a caution on that event. No caution. It happened by himself. We are still green. For those who may be tuning in and haven't heard of the tally rule, a tally is when two cars are involved in a single incident. So say right now, up here, Cyber and Graham battling it out. We hop on board with Cyber. So say Cyber spun out Graham Paul, then that would be considered a tally. But if Cyber blew this corner and flew into the forest by himself without anyone causing it, that would not be considered a tally. Two tallies brings out a caution. Cyber with a 36.995. That's another gold level lap time. Trackhawk with 37.201. So some strong times here for sure. Brad with 37.324. Graham also running a 37.321 actually. So just a few thousandths ahead of Brad. Graham is doing an excellent job of holding off Cyber Gamer here. Cyber is going to get that inside run though. Pushes Graham a little bit wide. I wouldn't be surprised to see Graham try and duck into the inside. And he does, makes a little bit of contact. Brad and McNasty side by side going into corner one, drifting it like it's Tokyo Drift up in here. Looks like Saturn was able to get the position from Racer Chick. I'm not too sure what happened there. Maybe just a slight mistake or something. Who knows? But Saturn back in the lead for the time being. Graham, seems like something happened with Graham Paul. He's moved back into fifth from his third place position. Gets a good run, hits Trackhawk just a little bit, nothing too serious. Oh no, and Saturn is around. He might have had his system shut off on him again. And if that's the case, that would just be brutal. I have this up now so I can see the fast times in case that is what happened. No, he's moving. So he just kind of got involved in a very large incident, which means caution will be going out. Yep, caution is out here. Grandpa was able to get the position from Cyber, so Grandpa will be starting in third. I wonder what happened there. But yeah, I was just saying that I had the lap times up open so that I could see his lap time in case he did ping out or something. Because if that was the case and no one beat that during the last few laps, he would be awarded that point. But we are getting restacked, repacked, and this is a real saving grace from Matt and Slick. Back bunched up with the pack again. Cyber Gamer starting on that outside. I know he's been pushing people around. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, Saturn from first to ninth. Looks like he actually might have passed Matt, or Matt gave his position, so he's up into eighth. But we are green for the second time here at Fincross Reverse. Racer up on two wheels. Brad up on two wheels. Trackhawk trying to make it a move happen here. Won't be surprised. Yep, he's pushing Cyber out. And Brad also pushing his way in through here. So is Saturn. Ken King, I think I can W it to the front. I mean, he did make a very valiant push, that's for sure. And he's there. He's got the lap time to show that he belongs to be up there. We are too wide. Cyber kind of gets thrown off the pace. I'm going to sit on board with Graham here. He's in the middle of the pack, seeing a bunch of stuff happen. Makes a good move on Brad. No contact at all. Very good slide job. And Cyber is getting real pushy here going into the late stages of the race. But Trackhawk holding that inside line and doing a very damn good job of doing it. They were 3 wide coming out of that corner. Graham gets a good run on the corner though. Brad and Saturn really battling it out here. Same with Trackhawk and Cyber. I know Trackhawk's going to get sick and tired of Cyber here soon and start pushing him out of the way as well. And while this is happening, Racer Chick once again running away with the race. Saturn comes flying in, slams Grandpa. Brad Perk on the inside. Ruthless, I agree with you, brother. He said Trackhawk needs to start pushing Cyber back. And as much as I want to have clean racing, I agree. I'm on the team of race how you want to be raced. If he wants to get pushy and push people out of the way, you damn well believe I'm going to do the same thing to you. McNasty making a push up into the field. He's up into 5th, 6th now, battling with Saturn. And they scrub a lot of speed going into that corner. McNasty gets pushed out aside a little bit, hits the berm. Lets AJ, gives him an opening, and he's able to make that pass. Grandpa trying to follow AJ right through. The Oscar Green cars are coming in full strength right now. Let's hop on board Trackhawk. I know Trackhawk is he's going to be a little annoyed that this has been happening to him. But I don't know if he'll have anything to say about it. Cyber is starting to pull away from him a little bit. Yeah, King has an early braking line in the first turn, and Willis doesn't. I don't know if it's early or if it's late, because, man, he slid it in there a little bit on Graham, I think it was. Oh, and something must have happened with Graham. Graham to the back of the pack. So proud of Racer Chick tonight, not just not driving like Danica. I love it. I love it. He's kidding. He said it in the chat. But Racer Chick does have Cyber on her now. We'll see if Cyber starts pushing her around. She is one that I told, hey, if he gets pushy, push him right back. You know what, Sacker? That would probably make sense. I don't think King would have full sent it in there without someone pushing him through. I just thought we might have been green or under caution there because Slick and McNasty clearly had an incident. They are both hurting on the suspension and brakes. But it seems like we're still green. Trackhawk is on Cyber now. Let's jump on board with Trackhawk. See if he gets a little pushy. I would not be upset if he did. Racer Chick doing a really good job of just trying to have clean, consistent laps and not get into any trouble here. Man, I'd love to see Trackhawk just dive onto the inside of one of these corners and just give Cyber a little taste of his own medicine, push him out of the way a little bit there. But it does not look like that's going to happen. Looking around at the rest of the field here, I'm not really seeing any battles happening. Everyone's just kind of on an island of their own. So we're going to watch Trackhawk. Got a good view of the top 3. See if any mistakes happen. Cyber does go up on 2 wheels, but Trackhawk goes a little bit wide, isn't able to capitalize on it. And this pack for the first is tightening up a little bit here. Look at the lap times. Racer Chick ran a .0. Yeah, absolutely, Mamba. Racer being very consistent, you know, in a race like this where everyone's pushing and making slight mistakes here and there, sometimes not pushing as hard, racing clean, consistent when you're up in that lead position is what you got to do. And then other times you got to be a psychopath like Mamba and run clean, consistent laps, but faster than everyone else in the field. I don't know what's there's really not much happening right now. Just taking a peek through the field again. McNasty, it looks like that brakes and suspension are really starting to hurt him here. Because he is falling. Graham and Mad Matt. Graham has caught back up to Matt. We'll see if Graham can make a nice clean pass on him. And Matt goes very wide into this corner. That'll be a nice clean pass by Mr. Graham Paul. Looks like Brad might be catching up to this group. Might have a 4-way battle in the last 3 laps here for that win. Racer Chick is going to have a sigh of relief as long as there's no caution going out. That'll be caution cutoff right there. Very, very, very fortunate for Racer. But it looks like Cyber is starting to get pushy. But if I know Racer, I told her if people start pushing you around, push them back. Don't let them push you. Pinch them down. Nice. Very well done. Very well defended. Let's hop on board with Trackhawk. Oh, and Cyber makes a huge mistake. He is sideways on the track. But Racer Chick, Trackhawk got caught up in it, so Racer Chick is now in it. And Cyber just comes and barrels his way through there. So if Brad comes back, Brad should push him back out of the way, because that was too aggressive. I might have to make a ruling on that, because that was a little harsh. Overdriving does happen. It is what it is, but you know, we gotta nip it in the butt where it happens. Because he comes in and does it the exact same way again. And that's why I'm looking behind, because I wanted to watch this just to see what happens. But let's hop on board with Racer Chick as she is coming around the final few corners here. Going to be taking home that victory here on Fincross Reverse. Very well done. Trackhawk in third, Trackhawk in second, Brad third, King Saturn, Cyber fourth, King Saturn DNF. Damn, Ruthless. You really are ruthless. So with Saturn DNFing there, AJ will take that 5th, Graham 6th, Matt 7th, Slick 8th, McNasty 9th, and Saturn 10th. We'll be waiting for Miss Racer Chick to join us up on in the booth. There she is, the winner of race number 2, Fincross Racer Chick. How you doing?
I am like a noodle right now.
A noodle.
A noodle. I'm like I just feel like shaky as shit right now.
Man, it was a tough battle, especially with Saturn up there for a while. Took the lead a little bit from you. Cyber was pushing around, trying to get that lead from you. Definitely well fought win.
Yeah, it was stressful. I'm a wreck.
Oh man. Is that your first ever PRA win?
First PRA win.
Well, hey, congratulations, and
Thank you.
I'm sure you didn't expect it to be on Fincross of all places, but
No, I hate this track.
seems like to be a running theme around these parts, where if you hate the track, you got a good shot of winning it.
Apparently. Oh
Very,
my
very well
gosh.
done.
Thank you.
Well,
All right. I'll leave you here.
okay, sounds good.
Bye.
Bye. Congratulations. That has been the races, race number 2 of week 2. Congratulations to Brad on his win in race number 1, and Racer Chick on her win in race number 2. Very hard fought battles for sure. Points will be updated likely tomorrow. Thanks, Mamba. I appreciate you. It's definitely tough when you're by yourself, but I've done it quite a few times. You have a good one, Sacro. I appreciate you. Have a good night, everybody. As I said, points will likely be released tomorrow. I'm heading over to either commentate or race, depending on where they're at in the PC series. So, make sure you tune in next week at 7 p.m. Eastern for the Bronze Series and 8:30 Eastern for the Gold Series. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Appreciate you all. Have a good night.